Welcome back, guys, to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about 8 habits to transform your body and health in 2025. So, if you guys don't know, my name is Khaden Hayward. I'm the CEO and founder of Coach Hayward. And today, we're going to be breaking down the top 8 habits that I've personally seen that has helped serve my clients at the highest levels. Some of those clients losing over 200 pounds, some of those clients building six packs in their 50s, and some of those clients becoming sober, completely getting their mindset and their depression, everything healed there, and making amazing changes. So I'm going to share with you the 8 key habits that has helped transform my clients and also me as well. I've been on my own personal health, fitness, personal development journey for the past 8 to 9+ years now. So I'm going to share with you those top 8 habits. Now, if you get something good out of today's training, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like, whatever, share, maybe something that has helped you most that maybe somebody else can see and that will help them as well. So without further ado, guys, let's dive in. So first and foremost, I just want to share a few of my wins here, just so that way you know that like I'm not just talking out my butt here. I've got my own experience, my own wins over the years. So first win is in my young 20s, like very early 20s. I've hit over a 500-pound deadlift. Can also bench over 315 pounds for some reps. I've gained over my life, like my experience with fitness and health. I've gained almost about 100 pounds plus. I've lost over 30, 40 pounds multiple times as well, jumping from all the way from like under 150 pounds all the way up to 233 plus pounds, and fluctuating my weight, just building my body. I built my dream body, over 200 pounds, 6 foot. I've got a six pack. And I've only missed 2 workouts last year in 2024. So just a few wins that I want to share with you guys. But most importantly, I've also helped over 290, probably over 300 plus clients now permanently transform their bodies where they've gotten healthy, they've lost so much weight, and they built the body and lifestyle of their dreams. I only share that with you just so that way you know I'm not talking about here. Like I genuinely want to help you here. So here are 8 habits. Let's jump in. The first habit here that we've got listed is the habit of daily movement. I got to give thanks to my old mentor, Dan Martell, for this one. He helped me install this habit, and it has done wonders for my life and my fitness as well. But most importantly, my mental health and how I feel about myself. So my personal habit, my daily habit, it's not even a habit, it's a standard. It gets done no matter what, right? It's like using the washroom. It's going to happen no matter what. Is I work out at least 30 minutes every single day. Okay, so that can be, it's got to be something that you actually push yourself. So it can be cycling, it can be cardio, swimming, it can be working out, it can be on a massive hike. It's got to be something where you're pushing and you're stressing your body. But the habit of daily sweat, and that has been something I've done ever since about November 2023. And in that last year, I've only missed 2 days when I was working on it. So my goal this year is not to miss one day. And so far, we're 27 out of 27 days in. So the habit of daily movement, though, of daily sweat, has helped so much in my life because it helps you get a win every single day. When everything else in your life is going the opposite, you know that you still have this buckled down, and that helps you hold on to your identity of who you actually want to be. Of like, I am someone who shows up for myself. I'm someone who takes care of myself. I am someone who exercises and makes health a priority in my life. It's not a goal, it's a standard which helps you identify as the person that you want to be. Someone who's healthy and very fit, right? So when you can adopt that habit, it makes you feel so much better because every single day you're winning, and it forces you to find time to chunk out time in your calendar daily to work on yourself, which if you're not, and if you're struggling with your health and fitness, put two and two together, right? Where the energy, our focus goes is where the energy goes, is where the results show up. So if we're not putting it in as a priority, then the results won't be there. So that's the first one, is the habit of daily movement. Number 2, the habit of getting groceries on Sunday. Okay, getting the groceries before the week starts. This has helped my clients so much because oftentimes this is your 20% area that will give you 80% of the results. What I mean by that 20% area is, you ever hear the law or the rule where basically 20% of your inputs will produce 80% of your outputs. 20% of what you focus on for your actions will give you 80% of the results. which for weight loss, for health, inner health, and fitness, oftentimes that's going to be your nutrition. So when you can get your food and it's a top priority and you can get that on track and prepped and ready for the week, you're putting in such a small amount of effort to make your 80% of your week so much easier and so much better. So one habit I've developed is every single Sunday after I get my morning workout and my morning routine done, I get groceries. And after I get groceries, I prep it. I make sure it's done for the week and it's gone. That way I get it done before the day even starts. And that has set me up for the rest of my week. Because what happens when we don't get groceries prepped? That's when the eating out comes. That's when the skip the dishes. That's when you grab dinner on the way home for your family. That's pizza or McDonald's, wherever it may be, because food is not home. It's not ready. It's not in the fridge. And I don't know if many of you are probably like me. You probably have very busy lives and your week and your schedule is probably pretty set in tone. It's probably pretty structured. And oftentimes you don't want to have to go out and get the groceries after a long day of work when all you want to do is just kind of relax with your family, right? I get that. So get it done on Sunday when everyone's just chilling out, when you're just relaxed and you got nothing else on your plate. Make it a priority. Go get your groceries for the entire week. Get it done with. Get it prepped. Whatever you got to get prepped, either if that's every single lunch because you are a busy worker and you skip every lunch and then you overeat later on, whatever it may be for you, get that out of the way. Get it done on Sunday so that way you're following the 80-20 rule and you're setting your future self up for success. Okay? So habit of getting groceries every single Sunday or whatever day works best for you. Number 3, habit of planning and scheduling in your food and fitness. Okay. Again, I always go back to my old mentor because this guy is unbelievable. What Dan Martell talks about, where I'll show me your calendar and I'll show you where your priorities are at. And that is so true. That statement is so true. If someone says my health and fitness is so important to me, yet they don't make any time for it in their day, they're just talking at their butt. It's not actually important for them. Your actions mean everything. Words mean nothing. Your actions mean everything when it comes to getting the results that you want in your life. Make time for working on you. Fitness, food, meal prep, all that stuff is in a part of my schedule. It's a part of my routine. It gets done no matter what, and nothing else pops up and gets in the way because that's how I designed my schedule. Where this time is for fitness. It's not for maybe fitness. Maybe I'll go to the mall. Maybe I'll go do this. No. That time is for fitness only. That is a top priority. That is like sleep. It has to get done at that time, no matter what. Nothing's getting in the way, majority of the time. And that way it gets done. And that's the easiest way, is if you feel like you don't have time in your life, this is the exact reason why you need to take a step back. Start meditating, take more control, and you will realize that you do have time. And oftentimes we spend our time on little bits by little bits on these little areas, and it adds up over time where you feel like you don't have time. Same thing with our spending habits, right? We buy a little bit here, we buy a little bit here, we buy a little bit here, that $4, that $5, that $10 here. And it adds up so quickly. And it's like, whoa, I didn't know I was spending $500 a month on Uber Eats. True story. So that is why it is so important, though, to make sure you add your fitness, your health, a part of your schedule. So easy tips there. Add your workouts. Either I always go by the rule, the method I've created for my clients, the 3x3 method, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever it may be, 30 minutes at least, get it done. Okay? Whatever works best for you. Same thing with your eating times. Don't skip your lunches. I get it. You're busy. You want to work. But guess what? You can't function at your best if you're not eating. And if you know that you self-sabotage after work by eating too much, it's probably because you're skipping that lunch or it's not healthy enough and it's not filling enough. So get those things a part of your schedule. Make sure they're marked down and that way they get done. For me personally, I work out every single morning. It gets done. Nothing gets in the way of that. At least 30 minutes. Number 2 is I get my meals on specific times every single day. That way it gets done. Nothing gets in the way of that. I'm full. I'm on track. I'm aligned with my gut health, my circadian rhythm. I'm feeling at my best. It doesn't take much, but it goes a long way. All right, let's move on. So number 4, the habit of protein first. Protein is always at top of mind when it comes to my eating. Every single time I'm making a meal, every time I go to a restaurant, it's always protein. Where is the protein at? Protein is your metabolic driver. Protein is going to help you preserve your muscle mass and your weight loss. Protein is going to keep you full. It's going to keep you on track, and it's automatically going to help you eat less calories and make better decisions. So instead of focusing on all the little specifics, like I need more fiber, I need to get this, and I need to get that, protein first, protein number one. Get protein out of the way with, and then go from there. So that is the next habit to adopt, is to make protein your best friend when it comes to your breakfast, right? When you get up in the morning, if you're rushing to work, you grab that bagel, protein first. Where's my protein at? I got to make sure my protein is getting in for the day. Okay? Now, moving onwards to the next habit is the habit of reviewing your goals daily. Daily. I was going to say weekly, but I realized I don't do weekly, I do daily. So I just thought I would share with you guys what I do. Daily, daily, daily. Make it so easy for you to remember your goals, where you have, for example, I have 4 reminders that go off every single day that says get in a state of abundance. That immediately makes me think of my goals. Okay? Get out of a primal state of stress and worry and doubt and relying on your current circumstances to predict your future results, because that's not going to happen. That's not true. It's up to you. That's for another conversation. But get in those reminders. So through your phone. Okay, if you have notes on your phone, you can write them down. On the background of your laptop at work, or your computer at work, put a dream board of the goals you want to accomplish. Put a whiteboard in the corner of your office. Put pictures around your house. Put a sheet of paper down by your bed that you look at every single night. Whatever you need to do, review your goals daily, daily, daily. You are way more likely to actually accomplish your goals by the simple act of writing them down. So many people have goals and they set goals, and then a month later, if I was asked them, what are your goals right now? They wouldn't even be able to remember, because it's not that important. They're just writing it down, right? They're just going through the motions. Take it so serious where you remember, you know exactly where you're headed. Because if you want to get fit and healthy, if you want to accomplish any kind of goal, you got to know what that goal is, right? If you're going to want to travel, and if you're going to go to the airport and say, I want to buy a ticket, they're not going to be able to sell you a ticket unless you know exactly where you want to go, right? Same with your goals. So remember your goals daily, keeping you in that positive state and focus on where you want to go, because life has so many distractions. And if you want to read more about that, the book is called Outwitting the Devil. Talks about how in normal life, the devil will overtake you. And the devil is the vices. It's when you're idle with your mind, you're not doing anything, when we're not being active, when we don't have plans, when we're not working on things. We're seeking boredom, right? When boredom comes around, that's when we want pleasure. And usually the pleasure is not positive, right? Especially with all these things out there nowadays. So remind yourself of your goals. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we at right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number 6 is the habit of doing a power list. Thank you to Andy Frisella for this one. A power list has transformed my life. Every single day, I write down 3 to 5 things that I will get done. If it's on the calendar, it gets done no matter what. If it doesn't, worst case scenario, if it doesn't, I do not beat myself up. It just wasn't meant to get done that day, and it will get done eventually. But I'd make sure to only write down things only write down things that you know, that you're like 90, 95% sure that you will get done that day, that you can actually commit to. That's why you only want to do 3 to 5 things. Most people write down 10 things, they get way too overwhelmed, and then they start to procrastinate. They start to distract themselves because the list is too heavy to tackle. Okay, so 3 to 5 things. The biggest needle movers for your goals could be sleep. It could be like today, for example, mine's going to be sleep. One of my main ones is I got to get to bed on time tonight, which means I got to end work on time, get my supper in, and I've got to get to bed on time, because that's one thing that I'm really focused on right now is my routine, my sleep optimization, so that way I can function as best as possible. So 3 to 5 things, your power list every single day that you can write down every single morning that you're going to commit to, and check it off as you go so you get that little dopamine hit. All right. Now let's move on to the second last, is the habit of hitting your sleep goal. Just like I talked about, your sleep. Here's the thing. We often set up wake up times, alarms to get up in the morning, but we don't often set sleep alarms. I want to challenge you to start setting an alarm to go to bed. usually about an hour or so before bed, is to set yourself up for success for the next day. Get prepped, take your magnesium glycinate, whatever you got to do for your sleep routine, clean your face, whatever it may be. Get ready for bed and make sure you're optimizing your sleep. Sleep as best as possible. Things that helped me personally with my sleep: magnesium glycinate, I take about 400, 500 milligrams a night. Once in a blue moon, melatonin. No artificial lighting 2 hours before bed. I try to use like the red lighting if I have to. Try to stay away from my phone. Definitely don't go on anything that's political or any news that's going to jump up my cortisol levels. I like to usually watch like comedy shows. I'll usually eat about 2 to 3 hours before bed as well. All these little things to make sure I can sleep as best possible at night. Okay. So that's another habit though that has helped me so much in my life, because here's the thing: if you don't sleep, you're not the same person the next day. Your hormones, ladies, your hormones, I know you guys, very, very important to you. Guys, you should be this should be very important to you as well for your testosterone. But hormonal health, just one simple thing. If you don't sleep enough at night, guess what? Your cortisol levels will be affected, which is your stress hormone. Your ghrelin and your leptin, which is your hunger hormones. You're more likely to not get as full. You're more likely to give in to those cravings. Multiple little things it will cause such a ripple effect in your life if you don't sleep good and if you do sleep good. Your mental health will be transformed as well. So make sure you sleep at night. Now, last habit for today, y'all, that is literally going to transform your health and your fitness in 2025 if you adopt these habits this year, is the habit of winning the morning. Win the morning and you will more than likely win your day. Okay? Imagine, I don't know about you guys, but when I was working, when I was younger in high school and I just graduated and I was getting into the work world and I wasn't following my purpose. I was doing actually carpentry at the time. We were building like pallet hardware. We were building like just like kid playhouses and all that stuff. I also was doing roofing. I remember I'd get up and I'd have to be at work at like 7 a.m. I'd get up at like 6:50 a.m., 6:45 a.m. I would jump up out of bed. I'd grab a bagel. I'd grab a coffee and I would fly to work. I would fly to work. I remember a couple times going to work in the morning, flying down my hill, hitting bumps, and my exhaust system completely broke off in my old Saturn. And it just like the noise was crazy. But I was just rushing, and that would start my day off terribly because I'm rushing to work. My cortisol was high. I'm not in a good state. I'm in a primal state. Just did not start my day off good at all. Nowadays, I take the time in the morning to set myself up for success. I get my mental health on track. I get my fitness, my health on track. I make sure everything is properly set up. And that way I'm ready to win the day. Win the morning, win the day. Try not to hit snooze. Try to set the tone for the day strong. And that way it's going to be that way throughout your day. Okay. So that is the last habit for today, is the habit of winning the morning. Win it, crush it, and it will rub off into your day moving forward. I promise you that. All right, guys. So that is the 8 habits to adopt in 2025 if you want to transform your body and your health. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really, really hope that this did help you out. If it did, again, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next program.